Yo, we are live. Yo, this is Set with Set and Key Media, man. I'm back with another one for y'all, bro. Today we're about to get into a misogynist debate, bro. You know I love it, man, with Andrew Wilson. Let's go.
Can you be sexist towards men?
I don't care.
Oh, come on. You don't
Sure,
care?
yeah.
Okay, just can you do it into the mic?
Yes.
Yes?
I think yes.
I think yes as well.
Yes, you can.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Can somebody in the chat begged me to ask this question? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
ready.
Totally not dating relatable. Fuck it, whatever. Can you be racist towards white people?
Yes.
Wait, starting with you?
Of course.
They are not a marginalized or minority, so racism is more, I would say it's prejudice, not racism.
Okay,
Yeah.
your answer?
I would say the same thing. Prejudice versus systemic abuse. I don't.
Can't be,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think prejudice, but I also think it depends on where you're at, though,
Yeah.
because I'm sure there's
Like if you're in
predominantly,
China?
yeah, there's areas where there's not predominantly white people, so I'm sure that there's
okay.
possibility to experience
What about you?
racism.
Yeah, you can be prejudiced towards white people, but I don't think there's any systems that white people are the losers in, so you can't really be
I'm gonna be real with you. You can be racist towards white people. Trust me. There are races who hate white people in certain areas of the world. Shit. Actually, there's countries that hate other white people, believe it or not.
racist towards them.
What about affirmative action?
What do you,
They
give me a
white,
specific
they hate the other
example
whites. It's like, it's kind of funny.
of affirmative action? Like,
The fact that, for example, with universities, in universities, they will typically penalize both Asian and white people when it comes to their S.A.T. scores, for example. So in order for you to be more likely to qualify for enrollment in a university as a white or Asian person, and it's actually the highest amongst Asian people, you have to score a higher in your testing metrics than, for example, like Native Americans, blacks, and Native Americans, blacks, Latinos, Pacific Island. I don't know. Wait, no, that would.
I get what you're going with the
Asian,
question, but yeah, so I agree with the concept of giving people who've historically had less opportunities a kind of a step up and giving them more of an opportunity.
Like
because
Asian people?
why are
When why are Asian people penalized the most under the system?
I'm not. That's like you gotta
Like
let
Harvard,
me.
for
I know,
example.
but
Did you hear about the Harvard
you are interrupting
scandal?
me, dude.
Sorry.
Yeah, I do think it's unfair that, like, you know, certain races, it's kind of, it's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up. Look, it's not fair that other races can score lower and get into the same institution, and other races, just because they come from a more, I guess, affluent background or an affluent community, you know, they gotta have a higher score. No, it should be an even playing field. You know, no more affirmative action.
Like you're doing what you don't want me to do. So, and I'm honestly so exhausted that I don't want to look like a quitter here. I just don't know how much longer I can go.
I
It's been 7 hours or something. But I just, I'm hungry and tired. But I agree with the concept of if there is a group that's historically been stepped on and not given an opportunity, I agree with the concept of trying to level that. The ways that we've gone about that, I don't necessarily agree with, no. But I do agree that that's part of dismantling the system. If there's a system is in place where historically white people always win, we need to change it. Are we changing it? The
Answer the
concept.
question?
Absolutely, yes. I've talked to so many black people who are like, yes, we could be racist against white people,
Okay,
just
sure.
like Asians on
Yep.
black, vice
Yep,
versa,
sure.
of course.
Like,
I think
to be real with you, like, I got some black supremacists in my family. They talk that white devil stuff and all that. So yeah, like, that's when I figured, I'm like, oh, so black people can be racist towards white people. Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's more of a
There's a
prejudice.
duality.
So you can't be racist towards white people then?
No.
Okay.
You can be racist against white people like I can be a misogynist and a female.
Okay. All right. That's
Just a quick follow-up. Being prejudiced, is it just as morally reprehensible as being racist?
I think it could be. I mean, I think that again, I'm not trying to just say if we lived in a dream world, because I know that's not the case, but if we did, then I think that if you act in a disrespectful way towards someone based on something they can't change about themselves physically, at least within like 30 seconds, let's say, I don't think you should base how you treat them based on that.
Okay.
Aren't they on some level synonymous?
And then same to you, is being prejudiced equally morally reprehensible as being racist?
Yeah, I think so. I'm like at this point so mentally exhausted. I'm scared I'm going to say shit I don't believe in anymore. But I think so. I'm just so I can't think straight.
Energy drink?
I've already had one. I just think
You need another?
I just got to make it.
We have
through,
some
but-
applesauce.
fucking week, and that's why women shouldn't drink. They're gonna sit there and say, "I don't believe it no more." Like what?
You want some applesauce?
Can I have some? I just need energy.
Madison, can you hook her up with the little applesauce? Is it organic, Madison?
I don't care if it's organic. I just need a little sugary something.
Get this girl. Do you want 2 applesauces? We have 2 Anybody else want applesauce? We got the plug. We got the applesauce plug. As a gentleman, I will provide the applesauce for.
How noble of you. I'm
I'm a nice guy, see? All right.
What's the most chivalrous thing you've done?
I'm very chivalrous, clearly.
Like what?
Let's see.
Come on, I know you have a soft spot.
Do you guys think that this is like sort of a 2-parter question? That me and Andrew are misogynists. Yes.
Circle jerking under the table.
Yo, I might they gotta go there. I don't know why, but when women disagree with you, they always gotta call out your sexuality, which is a low blow. And I thought y'all get tired of that by now. I'm like, come on, bro. Y'all done played that out. Come on, bro. Gay! Like, y'all done played it out. I'm sorry. And that's your fault.
Are we in a... okay, never mind. Do you think me and Andrew... So you could say yes for Brian, no for Andrew, no for... do you think we're misogynists, starting with yes?
Maybe yes.
Okay, maybe yes. Okay, I'll take that.
I think specifically you've been.
It's kind of funny though, because they'll say no, but you do talk about, but you do have a hint of underlying misogyny. You're just like, man, girl, what the hell? You stupid. About? Like, am I misogynist or not? Like, come on now. Like, I just can't have a hint of underlying misogyny. Like a hint.
Been vocal that you haven't been saying women can't do these things, but this is just an objective truth. So I wouldn't say that you guys are misogynists.
Okay.
I would just say
you can tell us how you really feel.
I'm agreeing. I just don't. I don't. I'm so sorry. I just don't know how much support you would actually give women in your daily life. I would need to get to know you to know that.
Just curious, how much support do you give to men?
In my daily life, I mean, I don't interact with a lot of men. So when I'm interacting with them, then I
ain't gonna lie, by the look of her, that's a bit obvious. Like, just looking at the sweetheart, it don't really look like you get. I'm gonna be real.
of course, I'll give support, but I don't know. But I just don't know you guys, so that's what I'm saying is I don't know you.
Do you think me and Andrew are misogynists?
I also don't know y'all well enough, but I mean, based off of like the current conversation, I don't think so. Sure. I think you've put a lot of hypotheticals out, potentially just playing like devil's advocate, but I mean, I don't think that makes you guys necessarily misogynist.
What about you?
I think that some of the statements both of you have made throughout the last 6 or 7 hours have come across as misogynistic to me. However, I don't know either of you well enough to...
7 hours? God damn, actually, I actually just got off like the 7-hour podcast, man. Shout out a little podcast in the dread.
To label you as that as a human being. But I think I have some viewpoints that could be misogynist. I think we all have some viewpoints that might be racist or misogynistic or anything. That doesn't mean you as a human being are that at your core, though.
Okay.
But
So this is shocking coming from me because I actually feel like we throw that around way too much and guys who don't deserve it. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you guys are.
Okay. All right. What about you?
Same thing. I feel like I don't know you guys well enough to know if you're a misogynist. I also don't really like throw that term like easily, so I'd say no.
No. You?
I don't know you guys, but I know that you're not misogynist because I am. So.
Yo. Oh my God. Yo, she said no. No, they're not misogynist. They don't hate women. But she hate women. No, I love women. But she hate women. That's crazy. Like what? She used to be gay or something, and some girl broke her heart. Now she's just like, hey man, fuck these hoes, man.
Okay, that was an interesting one. So wait, going back to you, just so we can make sure we're talking about the same thing. How do you define misogyny?
Thinking that women are lesser than you.
Chauvinist. See, a lot of y'all girls have misogyny mixed with being a chauvinist. A chauvinist means I think because I'm a man, I think I'm better than you. That's being a chauvinist. Being misogynist is me saying, oh, I hate you because of your gender. Like, I hate you because you're a female. Yes, there's a difference.
Okay.
Hating women,
Hating women.
wanting to treat us differently just because we're women, or you think we lack the brain capacity or any of the physical skills to do anything any other human is capable of.
Well, then I do, if that's the definition, then the one part of it of want to treat women differently, then I would fall into that part of that definition for sure.
Because he believes in chivalry.
I'm sure.
Well, no, that's not why, but okay, we'll go with that.
Let's get definitions. So your definition of misogyny, since you were pretty
Clear about it. Yeah, if you look it up, one of the keywords is contempt. So what you said, like a contempt or hate for women.
So which one? Is it the contempt or the hate part?
They're intertwined.
They're synonyms.
Contempt.
Well, it's
Let's
a bit
associate it
different.
for all intents and purposes. Contempt.
I suppose you can have contempt for somebody without hating them, but okay, so...
Are these, by the way, these individualistic definitions, meaning what if you just have contempt and hate for one woman?
Porn stars.
Is that okay? Is that misogyny? Or does it need to be spread over the pool of women?
Spread it women. I'll say it again, women.
Yeah.
I know we were.
So does it need to be spread over women?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
As a group.
Okay, so I support
Of course,
five.
hating one man.
So I
hating
support
one
5 women.
Woo, that's awesome. Good for you.
How many men?
I'm proud of
How many
you.
men do you support?
I have some amazing men in my life.
Yeah, how many men do you support?
Mr. Raising Eyebrows.
How many men do you support?
Supported countless men.
Financially?
Yeah,
None of your business.
0.
You're dating a 60-year-old?
Uh-huh.
Curious where you guys are
60,
going.
hold on, 60. I like how they try to glaze over that real quick. It's like, yeah, no, you can't trust the girls doing that one. Yeah, you out here in L.A., you dating a 60-year-old. Man, that's a bit crazy. And she probably ain't doing it right because she ain't got no designer on. She ain't dating the right 60-year-old.
I'm just asking, how many men do you support?
None. I don't have any kids, and
Yeah.
I'm.
It's really
With a
interesting that the
boyfriend, so-
misogynist over here is supporting all the damn women, and the not misogynist over there not doing much for the men. Just saying.
But I would
Because I'm
argue
not
that
paying
we
for
support
them.
each other, and we're not taking.
I'm not
care
even
of
gonna
men
engage 'cause
by
that's so
men.
silly.
Like I'm not taken care of by men. She took care of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
when
but you
I
didn't call me a
didn't.
misogynist, right?
No, I didn't. But
Why is it just monetary? That's not even.
Well, I just think it's interesting.
Extracting something again.
Why, well, because you said it has to be applied over women in general. So this would
right,
apply
for
to the fact
women.
that since I have 4 daughters and a wife at home, that I must be a fucking monster who hates them.
I would hope not. I agree with these women. I don't know. I don't know enough
Not
about you,
necessarily
but
a
from what
monster that hates them,
from
but-
what you've described in this conversation over
Definitely don't.
infinity, is what I sense is just a genuine superiority of men over women. Like I haven't heard you say other than procreate like one.
Positive thing about
I'm sorry, I gave you an entire ontological argument for why women were necessary that Brian couldn't even give. I gave an entire
take care of children.
I actually gave you an ontological syllogism for why women are necessary in society.
Yeah, to birth children. I don't know, nurture things, plant things. I don't know. They nurture things, right? And they make babies. Yeah, but then, most of the things that build this society, yeah, we mainly do. I'm saying mainly do because there is women who do certain things to help, maintain the structure.
Can you do that for men for me real quick? Can you give me an ontological
you guys don't know-
syllogism
Okay.
for
I've
why we
supported
need
men in
men?
society from the beginning of this.
So why do we need men?
I love men.
Why do we need them?
Wait, no, you don't. You love men?
Brian, I've
Really?
said it. Oh,
Nope.
I get it. Because I've said it like 3 times. Just making sure it's clear.
Yeah, so anyway, I gave
said-
an actual ontological argument for why we need women, literally. I don't know where you came up with this idea.
I just think, I don't know. I'd have to know more. I'd love to know more, but you don't believe in chivalry. Like I said, it just seems like you have these underlying. It's just toxic. Like women are.
Wait, it's
psychopaths.
toxic to not believe
But
in
it's
chivalry.
prove me wrong.
Hold on, wait. Let me ask you a
Just
question.
because you have daughters I hope that they're, awesome and you raising them but just so that proves okay. Like what is that?
there's a lot of
Wait.
shitty people.
You
with
could still be a
children.
massage. It just doesn't
Wait,
make it doesn't.
So is it? You said it's toxic to not be chivalrous?
No. I said no. I was saying you're just what you've said throughout this. Your behavior is
It's toxic. Is it toxic
toxic.
masculinity?
Again, I'd be the last person, because I have men's backs all the time. I've had some of our society's biggest label misogynists come on to like state their case and have their back of why they're not. And it's unfortunate. It's out there. I have to say, even the comments in here and just how you guys are, it's a little toxic. And I hate that because it's such a buzzy word and it's so whatever has lost.
Bro, are they misogynist or not? You're just trying to backtrack it now because you realize you don't really know the damn definition. But all right.
Its weight. And I debunk it all of the time. But, again, prove me wrong. It's like, I just feel like you think women are second five. It's pretty apparent.
I think
sad.
that
It's
the
like
reason you're
Andrew Tate
embracing the buzzword of misogyny and toxicity is because we dared disagree with you. You're a pampered princess.
That's, again, your opinion.
So I think you're a misandrist.
I have people who
right? You're a
disagree.
misandrist.
Wait, did you pick the bear?
No, I said so many times I would not going to pretend for 5 seconds to fight off
I think that men who dare disagree with women, especially you, are just kind of labeled as
my boyfriend disagrees and goes toe to toe and challenges
Your boyfriend lets
me.
you flirt with other dudes. What are you talking about? He's the most permissive motherfucker I've ever heard
More
of.
a man than you'll ever be. That's neither here nor there. He challenges
so
me.
much more of a man. He lets you go with other dudes.
He's a
what?
man. He's not threatened.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
what a
gonna
man
defend
does.
him, dude.
Yo, see, it's crazy because if we let women tell you what a real man is, man, then he's a cuck who lets her do whatever she wants. If we let women tell you what a real man is.
Whatever.
Ooh, that's
he
what
challenges.
A man is.
Not gonna. Whatever. He challenges and goes toe to toe with me all the time.
How?
I don't need to be coddled like a princess.
You sure seem like
But he's
you do.
also not a misogynist. He honors and respects
then if
women
I'm
as
wrong-
his equal. In fact, like empowers women in ways he's opened my eyes.
Then if I'm wrong, give me an actual example of anything I've said which is misogynistic, a single one.
Better feminist than her.
That women can't do anything.
You've said society would completely be destroyed if it were left to women.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, are y'all gonna start building stuff? Are y'all gonna just take over construction? Are y'all gonna make the sewer system work? You feel me? Like, y'all don't want to get down in them sewers. So if we all going, you gotta take care of the sewers and then the power line and all that good stuff and all that ugly jobs that y'all don't want to do. Trust me, you gonna have to do it. Ooh. I know women love their fish, their oysters and all that good stuff. Oh yeah, fishermen. Yeah. Y'all gotta turn the fish to women. That's a really dangerous job.
Yes.
This is like a fucking fever dream.
Literally, I feel like.
Wait, why would that be a misogynistic
I've seen
statement?
it all. I'm like on acid
Because you
right
don't
now.
think we can do.
But okay.
Yeah, but I gave an evidence.
I'm not even. I feel like I'm
Well,
on.
no,
That's your.
no.
I'm not even,
I gave an
no,
evidence.
that's
Is
your
anything real?
opinion.
I gave
Is anything real?
I gave an
Are we here?
reasoned argument. An evidenced, reasoned argument for why I think that
Andrew.
absent men, society would collapse.
You talk about porn stars like they're trash and worthless.
Men and women.
Okay.
And I think
didn't
bigoted
say that.
narcissists.
Okay. He didn't.
How you think about me is how I think about you in the moment.
Great, men and
Because
women,
You
right?
advocate
You
for
may
the
think
patriarchy.
I
You advocate
deserve
for women
nothing.
to
I have
not
no
be-
value.
I mean, it's just
I didn't say
apparent.
anything about you not having value.
Okay, you advocate.
Hey, sweetheart, yeah, that's what you think about yourself at the end of the day. Nothing to do with that. If that's what you heard, then trust me, that's what echoes at your mind when you go to sleep at night. Like, shit.
For your
Really?
all
Do you
by
agree I
the
have
pa-
value?
Hang
I
on.
think all human beings have ontological value.
Okay, so me being a porn star, you think that takes away from my value as a person, my morals, my being,
Well, it takes
my
away from your morals, yeah.
Okay.
Does
Does
it make...
in your opinion.
I'm trying to answer your
right?
question.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're not a valuable human being. Mm-hmm. Okay? Well, I would love to see you reform from being a porn star. I mean, you're probably not going to,
Nope.
but I'd love to see it.
Yeah, well, let's be real. She ain't gonna reform from being no porn star because, well, look at how she looks. She's not a bad-looking white girl, so I always just say, if a girl looks good enough, she gonna stretch it out once she starts, too. And I guarantee she's young. She ain't probably give college a chance. She just, no, let me just hop into the corn and let's just get it popping.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it compromised your morals for sure. But I wouldn't apply that to you because you're a woman. I would apply that to you because you're a corn star. Has nothing to do with you being a woman.
Okay, you've talked about fighting for the patriarchy. You talked about feminism. Has not
So
been
did you.
perfect.
You
has
said
had
that you
its
like
faults.
patriarchy. Does that make you?
I never said that.
Yes,
Come
you
on.
did.
Okay.
Does that make you a
I never
misogynist?
said that.
You did.
You talk about the downsides of women I don't know, being fully realized fucking individuals after feminism, it's that, and in that way it's apparent to me, but if that's not misogyny to you, then you don't have to literally be a woman beater.
Your sexuality in a safe and healthy
You
fun
said,
way.
as somebody who thinks women are lesser or hates women, I want an example of how you can demonstrate that I think women are lesser or that I hate them.
I just explained. You can rewind how women are lesser. Okay, women can't maintain a society. You've propped up the
not modern
patriarchy. Okay, how you've debunked and said what is everything wrong? Again, feminism has not been perfect. It's gone too far in some ways.
Okay.
He's going against women being in the work.
Feminism in its inception was low key fucking women up from the get go. Like it been screwed y'all over from day one.
Just so we're clear,
being individuals outside of Betty Crocker, fucking in the Stepford Wife.
Look, we got to address points one at a time. If you're just gonna like list off like a million different things, look. So okay, specifically on the argument of what would happen if all men disappeared immediately and women didn't have any opportunity to be able to learn the ways in which, huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
No, what did you say?
I said I'd throw a parade.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's how that story started.
Yeah.
Throw a parade. So
that is how the story started.
Can we all agree on one thing? You might disagree with the outcome here. Would you guys be prepared to agree? And I could show you like the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I could show you the representation of men who are in infrastructure jobs. If it's the case that say like over 90% of men in like critical infrastructure jobs, the types of jobs that really keep society running when it comes to the electrical grid, when it comes to waste management, when it comes to sewage, when it comes to water, when it comes to all this stuff, when it comes to telecoms, etc. Will you at least grant me that it's 90% men? It's probably more, but let's just say it's 90% men.
It is 90% men, but it's men's fault that it's 90% men because society.
I agree with you, sweetheart. It's not even our fault that it's 90% men. It's just that the work that it takes to build this is just beyond female capability. Like how high we build these skyscrapers and everything. How high the electric line be. We do it in all types of weather. The oil rig. Bro, going out there, I'm gonna be rude. I gotta give it to my fishermen. But going out there and getting food like that, dangerous? Bro, women ain't signing up for that. Even if they had to. So yes, there is some things you do have to give to us going like, yeah, if guys disappear, let's be real, this will fall apart. Like if guys disappear, I'm pretty sure the sewer system will fall apart. Okay, I can give out everything else, but I know goddamn well you ain't gonna go in that sewer.
He was set up to, until very recently, women were even allowed to do those jobs. It wasn't our choice that we weren't allowed to do those jobs. It's your guys' choice, so we wouldn't have that choice.
Nothing is precluding women from entering these fields.
Nowadays, but...
Okay, we're talking about now. We're talking about now.
But even nowadays, what is precluding them is the mechanic example.
We're just going to grant for a second.
Women are still treated like shit in those places, so much to the point that they're like, I'd rather be an esthetician because people don't treat me like shit.
Agreed. So we'll just grant for a second that it's men's fault that women are not in those roles. Fair enough.
At this moment in time, there are more men in that field. If
we acknowledge that, if it's 90% men, 95% men, and these are the men who are, for example, that they're in the job when anybody here been around when there's like a blackout?
Not here.
Okay.
Not here.
I mean,
I don't know if you've ever seen. I don't know if you've ever seen like if there's a power line that's out and it's 3 a.m. It's men who are going to fix that in the middle of winter when it's snowing and there's a hailstorm. It's men who are going to go out and fix that, right?
Unless you're Nina.
Right. Okay.
Unless you're Nina.
So granting all this, granting that 95% of men take up these occupations, how could it just be, how is it wrong to say that if it's the men that would fix these systems, electrical grid, sewage, waste, water, everything, telecoms, whatever it may be, if it was the men who occupy those jobs, if they all disappeared, like why is it wrong to say that if they all disappeared, those systems would collapse?
You go, baby.
Would they
Yeah,
not?
go, baby,
Would
go.
they not collapse? Would they not collapse?
I think I'm agreeing with what you're saying is we're taking all the information we have right in this current moment. And if that were to happen.
Yes.
And no one figured okay, that maybe could happen. But my question is, why are we trying to imagine a world without men?
Well,
why is that the issue?
So we can realize the importance of men, because y'all say that men are useless. There's women who actually will sit out there and say, oh yeah, men, we don't need them. They're useless. Yeah, they need to disappear from society. They cause nothing but war and all that. But I'm like, all right, cool. But if we disappear from here the next day, your cell phone wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to go use the bathroom. You wouldn't be able to go for your gas stuff for too much longer. Once that shit runs out, I hope y'all gonna go out in the middle of the ocean to them oil rigs. And it's like, come on now.
Yeah, so I'll answer the question.
Yeah.
So I would concede on the other end, the flip side, that there's women who are in things like childcare, nursing occupations, things like this. If they all disappeared tomorrow, I can show you crisis after crisis that men would have to scramble to solve.
Yeah, 100%.
We're just saying that societal infrastructure itself is not going to completely collapse. How that could ever be a misogynistic statement, I don't know. But the reason that we're trying to dive into this is because, again, to explain it again, I run into delusion constantly, where it's, no, I don't believe that that would be a problem. No, I do think that we would be just fine. No, I don't think that there would be significant problems. That's a delusional take, which then I can take to kind of get to the heart of those issues. So, okay, if it's built on this false belief, where did we come up with that false belief? That's why it's important.
No, I understand, but I guess my next question is how do you know what's delusional or not? What is your objective truth? Where does that come from?
Well, and if I may just jump in really quick, the reason that we actually provided this scenario of if all men disappeared, women didn't have some foreknowledge of it coming, it just instantly happened. When we asked you, do you need men? A lot of you said, no, don't need them. Don't even need them for my survival. Nope. Right. Well, I mean, despite us presenting evidence that you actually do you still just...
Can I chime in really quick? I agree with you that based on the way that society is functioning right now, you're right. If you guys all randomly disappeared, probably the power grid would go out and stuff like that, because 90% of those jobs are held by men in the first place. However, this is where it becomes misogynistic to me, is I do believe that you're right. Maybe initially there would be some sort of chaotic collapse. Things wouldn't be working out. But what I believe wholeheartedly is that women have the ability to learn, train themselves, and use tools to be able to accomplish those jobs. So maybe there would be a...
Yeah, but it won't be as good as how a man does it. It won't be as fast as we do it. That's the problem.
lull where we're fucked for a little bit because everyone needs to catch up. But I strongly believe that women put their heads together and teach each other and learn. Yeah, you're right. I might not be strong enough, but like I ran the produce department at Trader Joe's and I was the first woman in 10 years to do so. I was using a big Joe Jack. Do you think I was lifting pallets alone? Mm-hmm. No, but I learned how to operate machinery so that I could move those pallets by myself at 3 a.m. every morning. And I was the first woman in 10 years to do so.
Can I just rebut this a little
the fact that you think I can't learn is what's misogynistic. Not that I don't know it right now.
Can I ask you a question?
Never disputed ever.
So are you
Society
familiar with
would not collapse if we had the ability to learn and fix it.
But hold on. Let me just say one thing. Are you familiar with the term point of no return?
Yes, of course.
So you say if we can learn. I'm telling you, within days, the telecommunication system down, internet.
I ain't gonna lie. Question that's a good point, bro. Like for survival, like bro, if this whole thing went down, bro. Look, bro, there goes women's rights. Like, women, little low-key need to understand that, bro. The only reason why y'all got rights, y'all able to work and have all these freedoms is on the backs of men. Like, it's on the backs of good men that keep this society going, that let y'all have these rights. If this society was to go, or this Democratic Republic, or this constitutional republic goes, if it goes, bro, women's rights go with it. I promise you. And you don't want it to go to the Muslims. Shoot, you want to be under a Christian nation, not a Muslim one. Trust me.
Down. You wouldn't have the internet. You wouldn't have like the means to go like internet down within days, electricity down within days. Like where you can't just go to a library and pick up a book, a physical book.
Riddle me this though. What about at the beginning of time when men, they didn't know how to make a fire. Wait, let me talk. Men didn't know how to make a fire, and did they have the internet to teach them? No, maybe one group of men learned in this small village to make a fire. Men on the other side of the world also kind of figured out how to make a fire.
Interesting you
and
assume it's
eventually
men.
we all figured it out.
It's
So why
interesting
can't
you
we do it
assume it's
again?
men.
I'm assuming it's men because you guys are acting as if men are the ones that figure this out. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't tell you
We
had
have-
to assume it's
we
men.
have- we have the equal ability. So if everything's shut down, I do think that like in my immediate little village, me and the women around us, I'd lean on the women closest to me and be like, what do you know that I don't? Teach me and I'll teach you what I don't. And some woman hours away from me, which I don't have the internet, so I can't communicate with her.
I'm sorry, but if we did put a bunch of women in the wild or in... Well, actually, we already did it. I think Kevin Sam used to bring up this shit all the time. The Bears Island, where they put two men on... They put a whole bunch of men on one side and a whole bunch of women on the other side. And the other side of women completely failed. And it was full of, like, low-key educated women. Like, high-class educated women that should have been able to figure it out. But they didn't.
She's doing the same thing with the women in her immediate surroundings. And eventually, you're right, it might be a blackout period like we're cavemen first, or cavewomen for a second. But I think that we are smart enough that we can learn and figure it out and teach each other. And eventually, we can rebuild society. Because eventually, like at one point in time, this society was built in the first place. Why can't we rebuild it again? Why are we so stupid we can't figure it out? You're right, I don't know how the electrical grid works, but I do believe I could learn if I tried.
I believe you.
So,
but that's not.
Like-
but that was never the point of my dispute. So, if we,
The point of your dispute was, can women survive without you? I think initially we wouldn't know what to do, and then I think
Nope,
we've
that
learned,
wasn't
and
the-
we would know how
no.
to do it. I don't wish to live in a world without you guys. I really don't.
Can I talk?
I wasn't done talking.
How can you? How can you stop talking for 5 seconds and then I start and you say I wasn't done?
I didn't stop for 5 seconds. I was like mid opening my mouth when you interrupted me. Like I was actually not done talking. But
Okay,
you can talk
when you're
now.
done
I'm done.
talking, let me know.
I'm gonna do a little side piece for y'all though.
What if y'all do not care about the black community the way you claim you do? Especially over here on TikTok. Because if you did, you wouldn't be afraid to tell the truth. And I see that is something a lot of you really struggle with. Yeah, because Megan Thee Stallion performing at that rally was inappropriate. Period. We don't want to hear.
It's like I can't even kill y'all with this topic. All right, I'm timing out for this one, guys. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't worry, I'll be back with more tomorrow. Check out the last episode I did with what was his name? The judge from Florida that was putting 68 holes through niggas. Hey, man, it was a lit interview with PBD and them. Shoot, let me know your thoughts and comments, because I'm about to give you my closing thoughts, man. My closing thoughts on this is that, bro, women don't know what misogyny means for real because, well, I'm gonna be real with you. They kind of just want to be emotional about it. It's like it's really a trigger word that they're just gonna play on you to pretty much get you to stop talking. Like, oh, you hate women. Like, wait, hold on. So you tell me just because I'm challenging you, I hate women? Well, let me shut up then. It's like, no. If they call you misogynist, just to correct them and say, all right, look, I may have some chauvinistic like topics or values or whatever where I think that, yeah, because I'm a man, I feel like I should be in the head position. But never in my life where I could ever think, could I hate women? Like, who could honestly hate women? Like, really think about that. Who could sit there and say, yo, I hate these women? Like, I can't sit there and say that. I'm sorry. If you thought this was the misogynist channel, well, I'm sorry. It's not. We love women. Shoot, I even say we love hoes. I would like hoes to be reformed, but hey, though, man, when they go too far, you might as well use them for what they're worth. What can I say? It be like that. But shoot, though, like, I'm gonna be real. When it comes down to this whole misogynist thing, when it comes down to women and their liberalism, bro, it's like you kind of just want to tune it all out, man. You just want to just go ahead and let it fly by. They gonna have their talking points. They gonna vote for Kamala or Biden, and just gonna let them flow down the river. Actually, I do got some views in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and pump this.
About your respectability politics. We don't want to hear about people just hate Megan. That's not true. It's inappropriate. Baby, Beyonce could have went up there, and if she started singing Surfboard, I would have been like, B, this is inappropriate.
B, she cooking. And you know me. I'm going to spin the block, and I'm going to play it in its full context, and I covered this yesterday. But I also wanted to get the perspective of a lot of other people, and women in particular, because I know.
But all right, though, yeah. All right, now I'm more tired than I thought. All right, yep, I'm timing out, chat. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We out. Peace. See you tomorrow.